Radio Black Creek. Today, we're in Sheboygan County. I'm speaking with Jeff Lawson, Administrator for Sheboygan County, about their need for volunteers to drive around veterans in the area. Jeff, you guys had a van donated to you a few years ago. Who donated that?
All right, the van was donated by the Disabled American Veterans Organization, and it's administered by the state of Michigan's VA office out of Saginaw. It's their voluntary service division.
And so when that was donated, it was really donated with the mission to be able to provide transportation to veterans around Sheboygan County. So that's kind of a continued service you guys are trying to keep going.
Right. We're a facilitator in the process. So you have the VA gets the van from DAV. They look around the state where rides would be needed by veterans, and then they look for service partners. So we're the service partner here in Sheboygan County, and we help coordinate those rides.
And since this service has been made available, have you seen a lot of community members utilize it?
Right, we've had a fair amount, but what we're trying to do is get that word out to veterans in Sheboygan County. We have about 2,600 veterans in Sheboygan County, and we want to make sure that the word's out there so they can have an opportunity to give us a call if they need transportation. Some veterans do have transportation to VA clinics, but we do find that people that don't have that really rely on this service.
Right, so it's been around since 2013, a few years now, and there's just not even enough people who know it's available. And on that same token, you guys are looking for volunteers to be able to drive people around. Tell me about that.
Right. We really need volunteers and the veterans. It's a facilitation together with that, or collaboration. So we're always looking for volunteers. So a veteran may call, and we have to align that schedule with the veteran with the volunteer itself. So it's very important to have a pool there. We don't require any preset hours or anything. We just go through the list and try to match up the veteran that needs the ride with the volunteer.
Great. So what's the process for becoming a volunteer and kind of the qualifications to become one?
Right. The volunteer activity is actually handled by the VA out of Saginaw. Mm-hmm. So what we would do is someone's interested, they can call us here at the County Veterans Office, and we get people in contact with the VA center in Saginaw, and they go through the process. So basically, they'd have a background check. They check their driving record. They'd have to have a physical, and they'd have to go through some training there. And the VA would go over that with them and, tell them the details and what's expected of them.
Right, just make sure that they have a clean driving record, that kind of thing. Right. So with this, I guess, it's not an ambulance. It's not to be for emergency use. So what do you guys look for people to make appointments ahead of time? Because, these are going to be appointments that they really should have scheduled far in advance. So what do you guys hope for as far as them contacting you and utilizing it?
Right, at least a 3-day notice helps because, again, we have to contact the volunteer and make sure they're available. But if they have an appointment that was made a couple weeks in advance, which we find that kind of regular with the VA clinics, as soon as they can call us, it helps a lot so we can coordinate that.
Great. And so how have you seen the community respond to this? I know you said that not enough people have utilized it yet, but have you seen anyone come to you and say, since this has come around, it's been so helpful for me to have access to this?
Yeah, for the veterans that don't have other transportation options, it's really essential in a rural area to help people get to their appointments. So that's where we see the most impact with the program, and I think that kind of highlights the partnerships between organizations where you have private organization or nonprofit organization donating a vehicle to the VA itself, and then looking for a partner here local and really getting to the people that need it the most.
Absolutely, and you said, like you said, people need this, and so if you guys can't get volunteers, would it be taken somewhere else?
There's always that possibility. I mean, the VA controls the program there, and of course they're looking at usage, and that's why we want to make sure veterans know that. So we need volunteers and veterans to use the service. If it's not utilized, then it may be located someplace else.
Great. And Jeff, is there a phone number people can call, whether it's to volunteer or to utilize the service?
Yep. Our phone number at the Veterans Office here at the county is 231-627-8833, or you can go on our website, sheboygancounty.net, and go under the Veterans Department. But the best way would be to call the Veterans department, and our staff will set them up with information, either get the ride organized, or if they want to be a volunteer, we'll get them in contact with the people in Saginaw.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In Sheboygan County, I'm Abigail Blackrick with My News 26.